I've been involved in martial arts for over 32 years now. My art that I study is basically a Shotokan karate. It's an Okinawan style, and it's a hard-hitting style. So I've been doing that for a number of years, obviously, for 32. I'm currently a 6th-degree black belt, and so I've started my own dojos in the Kansas City area as well as here in the Pittsburgh area. So I've been doing karate for a long time, and it's the basis of everything I do as far as women's self-defense. And so I probably have done, I don't know how many different classes through the years with my involvement in the police department, and we would do a number of just twice a year or so. Doing self-defense classes, it's a great experience that everybody, I think, needs to have. One of the sadder things that we come across a lot is domestic violence. And I have sat down and dealt with on the police end of things, even as I used to be a volunteer as far as a victim service unit in Canada, where I used to live outside of Toronto. And I literally had one lady that I was dealing with that she was in her second relationship that was a domestic violence, and she literally said, my last guy broke my arm, so I'm not really concerned about this. You know, so you have that, and you have that cycle of violence that continues to happen. Even where I work now, I'm state law enforcement, and I've had a particular case that, again, the guy's beating up on a lady, and literally on a video trying to see her fight back and not being able to do so. That's what in a sense encourages me that I want to try to get this information that I have to as many women as possible, to give them a chance to be able to have the confidence, the right mindset, and to be able to, unfortunately, if they're in a situation, they have a better chance of surviving that situation. This is something that's good for even around the house. I mean, even when you go in, I mean, there's a whole idea of crime prevention by environmental design, even how your house is set up and how many trees you have around your house, not having a lot where people can hide, lighting, that sort of thing. But what happens when somebody gets in your home? It's like being able to understand that you have the right to defend yourself, not just by Kansas law and Missouri law, but you need to do everything you can to be able to survive that. And it's like, I get it, yeah, you don't go out much, especially in COVID days and that sort of thing, but you never know when something's going to happen, because criminals don't care about the law, obviously. They don't care about COVID, they don't care about those things. And if they see somebody that they think is going to be a target or an easy victim, then they're going to try to do that. And you don't want to be that easy target. You want to do everything you can to be able to stop them. I really kind of break a self-defense class down into really like 3 different areas. And the first area is that mindset. And that's where it starts. If you have the mindset, it's like, well, I'm little and small, then there's no way I can defend myself, then you've already defeated. You've already defeated yourself. And again, criminals are looking for somebody that looks weak, that doesn't have a lot of self-confidence. They want to go for an easy target. It's just like dealing with a house. If they see a house that has a deadbolt, they know it's an alarm system, they're probably going to pass that house up and go with the one that doesn't, because they want an easy situation. Well, the same thing works in dealing with just personal situations as far as violence is concerned. They're going to look for somebody that looks like they're not paying attention, they have a kind of a defeatist or lowest self-esteem attitude. And the first thing that you got to have is that mindset that, you know what, I have a family, I have loved ones, I want to survive. So it doesn't matter my size. It's like, I'm going to give it as much fight, 100%, to be able to stop the situation. That I want to make it that this bad guy, I am not worth their while. And it's like, it doesn't take much to attack and hit in the face to cause a lot of pain and a lot of damage. When I do self-defense, even for my kids, the little kids, 6-year-olds, okay, you think the bad guy's going to pick you up. I tell them, you're going to go for that face, because their little elbows are going to cause a lot of damage. It's going to hurt. So as an adult, it's the same thing. So never think that you're too small, this guy's too big, and you just give up. No, you give it the best fight that you can, and again, you go for and attack the face and make it not worth their while. What I try to do, and I love doing it in the 6 weeks, because it gives me more time to really give out not difficult or complicated techniques, but really simple techniques, but that we're able to have that opportunity to do repetition over and over again. And so we'll work on hammer fist, because you can deliver a lot of damage to the head, but it's not going to cause you much problem. Obviously, since we're in a fist, we do punching, but we are very careful with that, because we don't want people to break their wrist, and so we explain a little bit more of that. But we have palm heel strikes, knife hand strikes, using using elbows, using knees, those things that you can easily to be able to remember, but we repeat them often. Every class, we start out very basic. First class, maybe we do 2 or 3 different techniques, but then we build on it. So every week we're kind of building the tool chest, the repertoire, and we just practice these things over and over again because it's muscle memory. That's the thing that's going to help you survive. It's also training your brain. If you don't have anything up there and you're in a situation where you're being attacked, then you have nothing to draw upon. And so in a class, in a 6-week period, we're going to show you how to use these strikes, where to strike, have the repetition of doing over and over again so you have that muscle memory, training the brain, go through what-if scenarios. And then we also do, as far as dealing with what if somebody grabs you, how do I get out of that, and how do I deal with that, and again, follow up with strikes. And one of the main things is is that mindset. We want you to have that mindset that you're confident, that you have a better chance to survive. There's no one thing, there's no key thing that I can say and teach that's going to be, no matter the situation, you're going to survive it. I wish I had that, but that's just not reality. But in a 6-week session, we want to give you the tools to be able to help you to be able to better, one, hopefully not ever be in a situation, to be able to try to avoid the situation. But if you are in that situation, to give you a better chance to be able to survive it.